What's good, everybody? It's your boy Mac Mall back with another episode of Not the Shop Podcast. Man, y'all already know what it is. It's always a treat when real players meet. Make sure y'all hit the sub button, man. Today we got a special guest, my boy James Hawthorne. You dig? What's good, my boy?
Yeah, buddy. I told you, man. It's your boy Chicago's very own James J. Hustle Hawthorne, reporting to you live from Not the Shop Podcast. It's your favorite big black big bag.
All right, man. Tell them your resources where they can find you at.
Man, they keep kicking me off social media, but you can always find me if you type in the hashtag Ghetto News Network or on any other platform, type in Funny Black Conservative. You'll find me.
That's what's up.
Or you can just type in James Hawthorne. Man, you'll find me. I'm the fattest one on there. You will see me.
The mayor, right? So I found out that he stays over there on Menard some fucking way.
No, that's just where his house is.
Right. Okay. So, I've never been over there to personally see his property or see him or what kind of security detail he got. But apparently he walks around with a heavy armed detail for protection, right?
173 armed security guards that are sworn police officers.
Right. So this seems like they're point shaving when it comes to the money, because there's no way you should need 173 people watching your back. If now I'm gonna say this because I hope that the mayor see this. I hope that everybody that's into politics see this, right? If this man needs 173, you said 173 security armed forces around him when he move in Chicago, that is directly saying we need the National Guard. Okay, that's what they're saying.
Now, that 173, they not with him at all times. They protecting his property over there where he originally stayed. Furthermore, the man is not even from Chicago. Brandon Johnson is from Elgin. So for you to come into Chicago and tell us what Chicago need, dude, you not even a Chicagoan.
Well, see, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about, because it seems like that he had an agenda which was funded by somebody who had a policy that they was trying to put in place and used him to get black people's votes. Because now it seems like, because this is where I see it, right? Like I try to put my mind in the mind of how they thinking, right? And for me, it seems like this. I'm just looking at us as a whole, as black people. Black people don't vote.
Nope.
We don't stick together.
Nope.
We have no financial literacy whatsoever of nothing. We just broken all over the place. So in my mind as a politician, I'm thinking those people don't even matter, because they just so broken, we don't need them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring in another group of people that will stick together, that will follow our policies if we give them some help. This is where the migrants come from. Yeah. They're going to ship all these motherfuckers in and ship our ass out, because they voting. You know why? Because this black motherfucker is pushing for them. So they going to stand behind him. And this is why I think that he's holding out on the National Guard, because I think that the National Guard come with ICE, right? They come with all that. They going to catch.
ICE is here.
Right. But see, when the National Guard comes, shit gets serious. Yeah. That's for real, for real. And what I see is this. It's like, he's trying to hold Trump from bringing them here long enough for these motherfuckers to get their papers right, so they can't get put out. That's what it seemed like it's doing. It's like, I'm going to stall them, because if they come, they're going to put most of my votes the fuck up out of here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to push back against Trump to keep them from coming until all these illegal motherfuckers' paperwork go through. They put, because he's the mayor, so I know he pushing shit through.
Now, when you speak about the paperwork, you do know Joe Biden and Kamala Harris was trying to fast track paperwork. So everybody that they let across that border, they were trying to immediately make them citizens.
So that makes what
illegal immigrants aren't here for the safety of fleeing their country, because, some things are going on in Venezuela or Nicaragua. They are here to replace us as black people. Is the new Democratic vote.
Yes, absolutely. I believe that. That's what is. I absolutely see that they trying to replace, because the west side of Chicago, the property's going up. I remember my grandma stayed on McVicker, 1600 block of McVicker, right on North Avenue, right? They bought that house in fucking, I want to say 85. They bought that 2-unit building. That's where I grew up at, for $85,000.
Yeah.
Them properties over there right now is worth $500,000,
$600,000.
You see what I'm saying? And my family still lived there because my grandma actually died in there. The building caught on fire. And my grandma and my uncle passed away in the motherfucker. So they rebuilt it, and that side of the family moved back in it. So they still there. I haven't been there in a while. But them properties over there, but when I go through there, you know, just to reminisce about old times and shit, I see white people running with dogs and shit. I see Mexicans on the corner selling corn and shit. Like, where the fuck all these Mexicans come from? The whole because the Puerto Ricans used to be across the tracks. Like Grand was the separation between really Amerson Park. Amerson Park was the separation, and Galewood, all them up in between there. Basically Grand, I'll say Grand was the separation between Puerto Ricans and blacks. Yeah. They didn't move their ass back our way now. They taking over all that shit.
The Puerto Ricans don't like the illegals. The Puerto Ricans can't stand them. The Mexicans and the Venezuelans that came here legally, they can't stand the immigrants because they came here the wrong way and they obtaining everything pretty much like it's handed to them on a silver platter. But just like you said, that was pretty much a boundary on Grand. Me and my wife rode through the hood. My mama building still right there on Averson, Ohio. They've had that building. I was born in 82. I think they've had that building since 1978 or 1979. The property value is increasing. The reason that a lot of the crime is allowed to go on and the Democrats try to brainwash people, crime brings money. When they bring them property values down, people flee the hood, or they either take your house by eminent domain because they say they building something. So if your property was worth $200,000, now they've gentrified everything. Now it's worth $500,000-$600,000. Now black people that was in the neighborhood that was forced out of the neighborhood or left the neighborhood can no longer afford anything in that neighborhood.
You know why? Because they vote Democrat. They vote for food stamps, housing, and they vote for all the shit that poor people need. And I realized that because as a kid, like I say, my whole family was Democrats. Yeah. And I didn't know why because I wasn't into politics. But now when I look back, my grandmother was poor. I had a single mother. You know what I'm saying? My mother's side of the family, they was average people. You know what I'm saying? So they needed food stamps and shit like that. Like every month is when we ate good. When the first of the month to about the third or fourth, we used to have pizzas, all kinds of shit. And then the rest of the month, we had to eat beans, rice, and boiled chicken and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But now I see when I'm older and I own shit. I got shit going on now. And I'm like, I'm looking at this shit like, I noticed. Now, I'm 45, right? I've been around since the 80s. And I've noticed these errors. So you can't trick me with the bullshit no more. I see every time Republicans are in office, everybody is doing good. Every time a Democrat is in office, 3-strike law. Motherfuckers going to jail. Motherfuckers dying. Motherfuckers poor. Motherfuckers ain't got no money. If you want to stop crime, there's one simple solution on how to stop crime. Put some money in the hood. And Donald Trump proved it. I'm going to tell you why. And I saw it with my own fucking 2 eyes. When Donald Trump was giving that PPP shit out, and all these motherfuckers, everybody got the money illegally. But wasn't nobody killing nobody. The fucking Louis lines was around the corner. Look, people, don't get me wrong. People were dying. But for the most part, people were taking private flights. Motherfuckers, this one, everybody bought Cuban chains. Motherfuckers buying Rolexes and shit. Motherfuckers taking flights. Motherfuckers, everybody was getting money, and it was less bullshit because people, man, I'm getting money. When you getting money, you don't come outside angry. Yeah. Only when you're broke and poor is when you come outside like, I gotta take some shit. My baby need Pampers. Christmas coming up. My birthday coming up. Niggas ain't got nothing else but to rob, but to kill because ain't no money.
I get it from both perspectives. I agree with you, but I disagree on a certain, level. You're right. When people don't have money, we resort to things that we wouldn't normally do. But from my perspective, listening to the scanner, seeing things with my own eyes, recording crime scenes, a lot of these people that got that illegal money, and I ain't knocking everybody. The only thing I hate about them that got that PPP, all they bought was them big ass Steve Harvey teeth, BBLs, and all type of unnecessary shit. My wife's brother got the shit. This nigga got $500,000. Where the fuck he living at? On somebody's couch. See what I'm saying? So a lot of people didn't do what they should have done with it. They didn't start a business. They didn't get an apartment. They didn't buy a car. They didn't do anything. They blew the money. But you had a majority that you talking about that actually needed that help, and they did something with it. Now, it may not have been what we thought they should do with it, but they did certain things that benefited them and their families with it. So I will agree with that. As far as the killing, these young niggas, when they got that money, instead of them going to buy cars, they was carjacking people. That's when they started stealing all the Hellcats, all the Trackhawks. So these motherfuckers got the money. They started recording themselves, putting it on social media. Like, how fucking dumb can you be? You record yourself doing the crime and then you want to holler about people snitching. Nigga, you the snitch. You put this shit on there. You showing people what you doing. When I was growing up.
And they was buying a lot of guns, too.
Yeah. All them guns was coming from down south and shit.
Yeah.
But regardless.
And you know what? It's so crazy because, you know, we all from the streets. We all got ties to the streets. During the pandemic, when the motherfuckers was getting them PPP loans, do you know guns on the street price was doubling?
Yeah.
Nigga,
shit triple.
Nigga, they was selling 40s and 50s for fucking $1,300.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? $1,300 for a 40 is insane.
Now, that's what I pay for some normal shit.
But I'm just saying, on the street, you could get a 40, bro, $600.
Yeah, the streets used to be goddamn at $40, $50.
Shit, you could get one brand new for $650. You feel me? When that pandemic came up, it was $1,300. You want some big shit? $2,000. Like, they was taxing it because they knew everybody had some money.
Yeah.
And these shorties was buying that shit. But I want to move to this, right? So, okay, we both agree that we need the National Guard in Chicago.
Yeah.
Right. I want to know what's your take on that and why do you feel like that?
I feel like we need a National Guard for the simple fact they won't be able to deter everything. Like, a lot of people get mad at the police. Everybody I know, black people I know, they scream fuck 12, fuck the police all day, every day. But as soon as something happens, who the fuck they calling? The police. But what I've known, and I still got the audio recorded, my right hand to God, Lori Lightfoot got on air on that scanner during the pandemic when we had the whole George Floyd shit, telling them police to stand down, don't arrest nobody. And the dude was like, but squad, we got a guy, he has a gun, he just shot somebody. Stand down, let him go. How the fuck you gonna tell the police to let a nigga go that just shot somebody? So that's what really, really, really pissed me off about the Democrats, and it started pushing me further right. So I really feel as though we need the National Guard to patrol the streets. They need to go up and down every block, not just come downtown and protect the shit just down there. They need to go up and down every block, do rolling roadblocks and everything. Catch these little niggas, because it's to the point where 97% of the things that I report on now, it's always a woman or a child getting shot or killed. It ain't no longer like back in the day. We had rules and shit. It ain't nobody a part of the game the majority of the time. It's always somebody innocent that's getting shot or killed. And furthermore, it's like when we speak on this politics shit, I come from a hood. I'm off the avenue. I was praised for being a conservative vice lord, but I'm ridiculed for being a conservative voter. That don't make sense to me. When all I try to do is open our people's eyes to what the fuck is going on and uplift our people, but they turn against me. So now I'm to the point, like, I understand exactly what Charleston White be coming from.
Yeah, so I feel like this, right? I feel like we need the National Guard, but then after I sit back and think about the National Guard coming here, I think about, you know, I'm a Virgo, so I overthink a lot of shit. Okay, the National Guard come, then what?
There you go.
So I want to know. So like I said, I wish I remember this young lady name, but she was on the news and shit, and she's from the South Side, and she a friend of mine on Facebook. I can't remember her name right off the bat.
I think I know who you talking about. She's from an organization called Flip Chicago Red.
Flip Chicago.
I think it's P. Ray.
Yeah, I can't remember her name, man. I'm so sorry because I really fuck with what she be doing.
Yeah.
But I wanted to sit down and ask her, and people like you know me, we all have the same views on certain things. Like we say, the National Guard is coming. If it comes, what is the ultimate plan? Like after the shit, because I feel like once they leave, the shit gonna start right back up. So I'm saying agree. Like if that's going to be the outcome, why even bring them here? Because to have 2-3 weeks of clarity is not enough for our city. We need a cleanse. So I'm not against the National Guard, but what I'm saying is what's next? How can we really fix this problem?
In my personal opinion, what we need besides the National Guard, like you said, eventually the Guard gonna leave. I feel like what we need is tougher agendas on crime. These little niggas go to jail, they get out on electronic monitoring for an attempted murder. Now they got a electronic monitor on this ankle. Police catch him again. They got a monitor on this ankle because they got caught again. Then they out there and kill somebody else. How the fuck you got 2 electronic monitors on both your ankles and you don't want to kill somebody, now you back in jail?
They do that now?
Hell yeah.
Damn.
We have no
Double house
cashless bails now. That was the worst shit they could have done. Now, I understand where they was coming from. Their heart was in the right place because a lot of innocent men and people that weren't so innocent were sitting in jail and they couldn't bond out because they didn't have the family or the assets. But it allowed a lot of these young people to run wild. They getting a slap on the fucking wrist and they back out here doing what they do. Me personally, I feel as though the National Guard is only a temporary deterrent. If we don't have tougher laws on crime, I feel like we need to bring back the electric chair. And I feel like all of the shit that's going on, we need to publicly televise this shit because these young niggas running wild. When these motherfuckers back in the day took away all of our gang leaders, like I said, when we was doing a little gang shit, we had rules. We had structure. We had a Bible. We had literature. We had all that shit. These young niggas don't know none of that. So I'm a vice lord. Well, I just call myself an RVL now. I'm retired. I ain't into that shit, but I never forget where the fuck I come from. These young niggas nowadays, it ain't no more real gangs. They got cliques. These niggas wearing hoodies. I saw a nigga with a hoodie on, says Cicero Murder Boys. How fucking stupid can you be, nigga? That's an indictment right there. They don't have no common sense. But if we start putting harsh consequences on these kids, and they get it in their mind that, damn, if I shoot somebody, I'm getting a minimum of 20 years before parole. If I get caught with this gun and I know I ain't supposed to have it, I'm getting a minimum of 8 years.
Yeah, but you see, I want to comment on that, right? Because myself, right, I do come from with the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
And I made some mistakes in my younger years where I wasn't able to get my CCL, right?
We all have, bro.
So, in my position, and this is what I want to talk about because this is something that's very, very serious to me.
Yeah.
Where is the space for people like me that just want to live their life? Because I'm doing better than the average person. Mm-hmm. I got a name for myself, and if I move around, I'm a target.
Yeah.
Right. I can't get a CCL because of the things on my record. If anybody watching this, if anybody can help me expunge, I don't know how they do it, but if you can help me, send, email me, inbox me or whatever.
I want to do that. That's how I got my shit back.
Right.
I'm legal now.
So the space for this, like me, I move around. I'm not no troublemaker.
Yeah.
But I'm scared for my life. I've been shot 3 different times, right?
Yeah.
Been robbed about 5 times. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that I'm scared of these niggas. I'm scared to jag my.
What you gonna do?
I'm scared of losing what I didn't work hard for.
Yeah.
I have kids that need me. I'm an active father. I own properties and shit. I got shit going on. You know what I'm saying? And I still want to be able to live a normal life in Chicago. Yeah. I can't unless I have a gun on me. Right?
So you should be able to have a gun on.
Right, but this is what I'm saying. Right now, I'm on papers right now. I've been caught 5 times with a gun, just want to protect my life because I can't depend on the police.
Yeah.
My kids don't want to hear, oh, your father was a stand-up man. They need me. I'm not finna donate my life to these dumbass niggas in the street because the police say it's bad to have a gun. Well, do your fucking job and I won't need one. But I can't depend on you, so now I gotta ride around illegally and fucking jeopardize my fucking safety and my future because the police ain't doing shit.
They have been told to stand down. But even if they were doing their jobs, the police don't protect us. And that's what I keep trying to tell niggas. I'm a huge supporter of law enforcement. I used to hate every fucking police officer because of certain things I went through as a shorty. Now I see things from a different perspective. But I'm going to tell y'all like this. I'm not a lawyer. This is not legal advice. This is my personal opinion. I don't give a fuck who you are. Keep your shit on you and protect yourself. The police are strictly there to come after the fact. If the police knew what was going to happen before time, that means they could see into the future, right? They can't stop this shit.
But think about this, though, bro. Think about how many innocent people like myself have either went to jail or on papers, on house arrest, all this extra shit when they just everyday citizens wanting to go home and be with their family. They scared. People have jobs. We have to go to work. It's fucking hard out. They robbing postal workers, walking up the street. They robbing motherfuckers with the mail. They don't have nothing on them. What are you robbing them for? So it's like you can't fucking do nothing without having a gun on you in Chicago. So now you're an average citizen, just want to work and go home to your family, but you got to have a gun on you. Now, here's the thing. You might have done some shit in the past that's preventing you from getting a CCL, but that don't mean you can't defend your life.
You see what I'm saying? Given right to defend our lives.
That's what I'm saying. But we're looked upon as criminal. They treat me like a criminal because I got caught with a gun. Motherfucker, I'm trying to get home. You don't. All these people at these high ranking, y'all don't move at where we move at. We in the hood trying to make a living for our families. And we're not troublemakers. We're not none of that. We just want to go home. I'm going home, minding my business. I get pulled over. I got a gun. Get out the car now. Now I get to the judge. He looking at me like, oh, you're one of those niggas that be killing people. No, I'm one of them that's trying to stay away from them. But y'all catching us, but you're not catching them. You see what I'm saying? So it's all these innocent people in the fucking county on papers, on monitors that's catching backlash from shit they ain't even got a just trying to go home. That is unfair.
I believe you.
It's unfair, and I think we need to fix some. I think that every person, if they look at you and your background is not violent, no shit like that, they should let you go, man. Like these people, these police know it's fucking hard out here. If you pull me over and I got a gun, look at me. Do I look like a troublemaker? Come on, police, man, let me go.
I ain't finna lie. If I was a cop and I pulled the motherfucker over and I see they don't have a violent background, with the way things are nowadays, shit, I'm gonna use off of discretion. I'm gonna look the other way.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's how it should be. Like, man, I understand how it is out here, bro. You ain't no troublemaker. I know you got it on you, man. Just go home. You know what I'm saying? Just go home. Because you know how it is. These motherfucking police, they have guns. And this is why they so anti, because they scared. Yeah. They got guns and they scared. So how the fuck you think we feel?
Shooting the police.
But that's what I'm saying. How do you think the average citizen feels when they step outside their door? So for me, right? I could live in the city and probably die and get robbed. I got it. So what happens is it forces me to work harder to make more money to move away from this shit. Because where I live at costs double what it costs to live out there. You see what I'm saying? But my money is out there. So when I move around out there, I got to be careful. People know who the fuck I am. I can't move around. I'm not a everyday 9-to-5 working man. People know who the fuck I am.
You a target. And I'm not going to say not necessarily because of the money that you make. You a target because you got your head on straight. Yeah. You a target because you got a family and you focus and you want to do the right shit. So all of them niggas that you was in the streets with, you are bypassing them. And they still in the same fucking place. Them niggas are envious. I seen a nigga kill his own brother. Not personally, but on camera. The man killed his own fucking brother. His blood brother, not step brother, his own brother. Cried with the mama, went to the funeral and everything. Found out that he killed his brother because his brother got $1,600. Your own brother will backdoor you. Yes. I don't trust shit.
The Chicago people, the way these people are in Chicago now has totally changed. And like our age, see, this is why it's hard for people our age to transition over to this new generation shit, because we come from eras where it was you actually had friends.
Yeah.
You know? We come from the era where you can walk down the fucking street. Mm-hmm. We come from the era where you can remember when Cicero and Madison, when all the pimps used to park their cars and we used to get out and walk and talk to the women. Nobody had no goddamn guns.
And see, that's the era I come from.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I say bitch a lot. I wanted to be a pimp when I grew up, shit.
But that's what I'm saying. We come from the era where we saw genuine people, right? And now you fast forward to now, it's like everybody looks strange.
Yeah.
Because there's no real love. People only around you for what they can get from you. Like, I will argue that I had more fun in life when I was broke. When none of us had shit, we had no reason to hate each other because ain't none of us
good memories.
Shit. It seemed like when in our little crew, when people start going up, he go up, he go up, he go up, he go up. And it's like now these egos, you know, I find that I get a lot of attention from people who actually doing good.
Yeah.
Like broke niggas listen to me. It's the niggas that's on their feet that's envious, because how it seems is that people okay with looking down at you and looking at you.
Yeah.
But when they start having to look up at you, it becomes a problem.
It's
They
not
want
even
you-
necessarily looking up.
Well, I mean, like
If
this.
you
They'll tell you, man, I want you to make it.
No, they
until
don't.
you make it. No, until you make it. A nigga act like they see you just like you said. You want to start your part. You'll have people saying, "Man, bro, your shit gonna be dope. Your shit gonna be dope." They really don't want your shit to be popping, but they'll tell you that until it happens. And once it
happens, see you
happens,
doing good, but they don't want to see you doing better than them or nowhere close to them. When somebody see you on the right path, and if they right here and you right here, they will still envy you if you get right here because they see you rising. It's the motherfuckers that you know, man. It's the people that got it that look down upon you like you just not worthy of some shit.
and that's why I get fucked in this era a lot, man, by a lot of shorties, man, because I'm from that old school where you put niggas on, man. You know, you help your brothers, you give them knowledge, you talk to them like the big homie. You see they need some help, you give them some help. That's the era I come from, man. I done went in the holes thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars helping these young niggas, and they run off with my money, run off with this, run off with that, and it's like y'all don't even know how to keep good niggas in y'all corner. Like, I'm the type of nigga, every solid nigga I ever had in my corner, if I went broke today, I can touch $1 million just like that, just off the relationships that I have with so many people. You see what I'm saying? I've had solid relationships with niggas for over 25 years. Even when I was hustling and niggas used to put me on and I used to put other niggas on and they fucked the money up, I would always straighten out my connect. It ain't got nothing to do with him. So I always kept good grace. That's how I was raised, to always keep good grace with good people. These new niggas look at you as a lick. Oh, big homie ain't gonna trip. He don't need the money. That's what they say when they run off with your shit. He don't need it. Why you counting my pockets? Nigga, I got bigger bills than you do.
They don't give a fuck.
You feel me?
They don't
You
give a
talking about your motherfucking rent $800 and you short, nigga. My rent is $4,000. Fuck is you talking? I need my money.
And that's why I'm not trying to portray myself to be no street nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood that grew up in the streets. I ain't never tried to portray myself to be no tough guy, but I ain't never bagged down from shit. I tried, you know, to dibble and dabble in the little hustling shit. I tried that shit. But like I was telling you earlier, I got a cousin that's 5-star Universal. He a traveler. Motherfuckers like, no, hell no, big homie, get the fuck off the block. We ain't fuck, man. Heavy ain't finna do shit to us, like shit like that. So honestly, man, if it wasn't for my cousin Heavy, man, I really believe I'd be dead. I really believe his name protected me in a certain aspect. But being a shorty, you know, I had both parents in the household. And no matter how good your parents raised you and no matter how much they teach you the right shit, when you become a teenager and you go out amongst your friends, you gonna do what the fuck you want to do.
It's culture. The
So
culture
I'm
always
out
change.
selling dummy rocks and shit.
Right.
You know, this stupid ass shit. Man, we did some dumb shit as kids, but it ain't shit like these kids doing nowadays. But more so, I was more of a hustler. I wasn't really no dope boy. I was, and I'm ashamed to say this shit, I was the gun runner. Nigga, everybody had a record. I didn't. I was getting shit that niggas couldn't get. And I stopped doing that shit around, I think it was 2007. I moved to Montgomery, Alabama, and my nigga Leon off the 600. You'd heard of Pat Sand, the weed spot, right?
Yeah,
Everybody
I used
heard
to
of
go
Pat
there.
Sand. So-
yeah, the window in the alley. Yeah,
So
yeah.
when Mike got killed, because I only used to fuck with Mike. We grew up together. We was close. Somebody wanted some shit. They had to go through him to get to me. When he got killed, man, I just stopped all that shit. I'm like, the streets so fucked up. Niggas will backdoor you.
Yeah, man, it's the streets. But like I said, like, what do you like to get back on topic of the violence, right? After we do all this, what do you ultimately think will change the neighborhood? Because for me personally, I think this, right? I think that all these people that's giving Trump backlash from the National Guard, if something happened to somebody, you know, shut the fuck up, then.
Yeah.
Don't whine when motherfuckers start dying.
People don't give a fuck
Because-
until it's they people.
But that's what I feel like this. I feel like the government wants us black people in Chicago to kill each other and the rest go to jail. I think they want us to sift each other out as rats.
The government won't control. The government want black people to be dependent upon them. And that's why I'm a conservative. A lot of people that's Democrats, the government pushed this shit. They depended on the Section 8. They depended on the housing. A lot of that shit was supposed to be a stepping stone to get you into a better position. It wasn't meant for you to stay on that shit for life. Niggas don't want to do better. So you just want to goddamn it get Section 8 or low income and live off food stamps and shit and sell pussy? Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
But what I want to say is this. There are way more white people on public housing than black people, right? But that's only by default because we are a minority in the United States. That's
that shit was never designed for us at first.
We only make up 13% of the population in the United States. So by default, white people get more Section 8 and public housing and all that because there's more of them.
Yeah.
You know? But I think in our little small community, out of 100% of our small community, it might be a 70, 65% rate on public housing and Lincoln, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's a lot in a small percentage of people.
And that's what people don't understand. And I know, me being a black conservative, niggas might be surprised that I said that shit, like, well, white people want it too. You fucking right they is. It was designed for them. It wasn't designed for black people. Right. They didn't start pushing that shit on black people until the late 60s, early 70s.
When they came up with the Democratic Party.
Yeah. I know the Democratic Party always been around. The Democratic Party was the party of the KKK.
Well, yeah, I mean, when they started trying to introduce when they tried to get into our culture and get the black vote.
Get the father out the household, keep the woman dependent. Have you ever read the Willie Lynch letter?
Yeah, several times.
If nobody has ever read the Willie Lynch letter, you can even go on YouTube and listen to it. Willie Lynch, everything he said in that letter is happening. Yeah, President Lyndon B. Johnson said, I had these niggas voting Democrat for 200 plus years. Everything these people said, especially Willie Lynch, that shit is happening right before our eyes. We hate our own people. And I be fucking up my thoughts sometimes. I had 2 brain surgeries, don't get me wrong. The dude that got killed, Charlie Kirk. A lot of black people think he's racist now because they'll take an hour and a half speech, splice it up, and put it into 7 to 15 seconds on TikTok and make it seem as though he hate black people or said some shit that he didn't say. And I say that to say this when it comes to the Democrat Party and being dependent on the government. He is trying to tell people just like Trump is. People, well, Trump trying to kick us off Section 8. He don't want us to have food stamps. No, this man is telling you, why the fuck you dependent on the government? Why do you want the government to control you? You see what I'm saying? So, and
do you think that black people should get reparations?
I have mixed feelings with that. I feel like reparations will not do shit for the black community. Simply because when everybody was getting them fraudulent PPP loans, nigga, we had billions of dollars circulating through the hood. Like we said earlier, 98% of them didn't do good shit with it. Now, as far as reparations, I'm not a slave. You not a slave. I don't know no white people that were slave owners. Now, if this would have happened years ago, yeah, I agree with it. But in 2025, fuck no. My daddy and my mama both grew up in Louisville and Natchez, Mississippi. My daddy was born in 1947. My mama was born in 1957. My daddy was a sharecropper. You know what that is?
My grandma was one.
You think you got this house, but it really ain't your house, but you gonna work this land for us and you can keep the house, but you still gotta pay us rent for the house. They wasn't shit but modern day freed slaves. My daddy never talked bad about a white man or racism or shit. He pretty much told me the same shit like Martin Luther King said. You judge a person not by their skin color, but how they treat you. So with the reparations thing, if it would have went to like my dad or my granddad, I understand. But our generation now, they ain't gonna do shit good with it.
Okay, so I want to break this down, right? So I get where you coming from.
Okay,
I definitely understand. You basically saying shit. We didn't go through shit, so why the fuck should we get the money, right?
I mean, I love the money. Even as a black conservative, nigga, I need the money.
No, but bullshit ain't about nothing. Hey, we all do. But I'm just speaking, from a political standpoint. So like, don't you think that there's a lot of white people that's receiving reparations right now from their forefathers that own shit? Because remember, we wasn't able to buy properties, own businesses, or none of that. So these big corporations like Ford, Chevy, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Kellogg's Corn Flakes, all these corporations and shit been built long ass time ago.
Yeah.
During those times where we couldn't have shit. So they basically had a head start on us.
Yeah, they did.
So when I think about that, I think that we should receive some type of head start because they had one. And
I
then a
cannot
lot of
agree.
and then a lot of things that was put in place for us to lose. You know, we're not gonna sit. Now I understand. Me and you, we ain't been through none of that shit they've been through. None of that. You know, we had equal opportunity to do anything we wanted to. But a lot of us, you know, you say you had both parents. I didn't. You know, and there's some people that didn't have what I did, and there's some people that didn't have what they did. Some people, fucking, what do they call it? Orphans and shit. You know, they get sent off and they don't know who their parents is. Some people is just dealt a bad hand, right?
That's true.
And the result of that, they raise more bad hands. You see what I'm saying? Because they don't know better.
They did. But
And then now we have a lot of these kids in this generation were all products of bad hands. And now we're forced to look at it as if, damn, black people are all fucked up. But it stems back from the beginning. This just didn't happen. It's just not this generation that's fucked up. Because remember, think of how hard our generation had it. Our daddies and shit was on cocaine. Like these niggas today is on pills and they got their own drug. But they're having kids at kids.
yeah.
At least our parents was grown dope fiends.
But
These
shit,
motherfuckers are kid dope fiends.
with our parents and our uncles and aunts and shit, we knew certain shit was going on, but they had the respect. They didn't do that shit in front of us. These parents nowadays are raising their kids, and I got cousins. I can attest to this shit. These bitches selling catfish dinners, selling pussy, got the PPP, all that. Don't have shit to show for it. How the fuck you got 9 kids and you sleeping on your sister's couch? Not only is you sleeping on your sister's couch, when we did shit, we didn't do it in front of our kids. You see what I'm saying back then? Or our parents didn't do it in front of us. My cousin, I swear to God on my motherfucking kids, her 3-year-old can roll a better blunt than you.
That's insane.
Make it make sense. You don't, it's certain shit you just don't do. So this generation is actually teaching their kids their lifestyle.
Yeah.
Their kids are growing up. I be on Facebook all day. I see little 4, 5, 6-year-old girls. They used to have barrettes and shit. They used to play double dutch. They don't do that shit no more.
Man,
they twerking.
And you know what? So my I have a 5-year-old daughter, right? And her mom is 11 years younger than me. So she's damn near 2 generations behind me. And certain shit she do with my daughter, I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
Like she got a whole life ahead of her. I'm old school. Like what you said, the barrettes and shit.
Kids
I
are
don't
not
want my
kids no
daughter
more.
with no motherfucking weave and grown lady hairstyles and shit. But you know, I have to be lenient because her mama is so much younger in a different generation. So they dress little girls. She don't dress a grown and provocative no shit like that. But it's just certain things that I feel like she can wait to do. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to think like she's 5. She's still, you know, at 8, 9, she can start doing that at 8, 9. You know what I'm saying? Like girls, when we was coming up, they had scrunchies and shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? Into high school.
They don't have that
Like
shit no more.
I think in our era, the first time a girl really got her hair done was motherfucking 8th grade graduation.
Yeah.
That was like the first time she had a real
big
hair.
ass honey bun and shit.
Yeah,
shit
you
swooped
feel me?
on.
Like they were
Yeah.
little girls all the way up until high school.
Yep.
Now these little girls, they fucking young ladies at 8.
Motherfucker 5 years old with a lace front. Nails done and shit, belly tops,
Yes.
booty shorts. Man, people, I've had people say, well, you just don't like it. That must mean you looking at it. Nigga, do you know what the fuck you saying? Nigga, I got daughters.
Right.
I got daughters. I'm telling you from a man's perspective, stop disrespecting yourself and stop allowing your child to disrespect themselves. Because me as a man, I'm telling you what you shouldn't be doing with your little girls or your little boys. But you got some creepy ass niggas out here that ain't saying shit because they watching these little girls.
And on top of that, I think that the black mother makes it very hard for a real man to raise a child.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these women take control. And when you try to add structure and boundaries to the kids, they make it seem like you overreacting, you controlling. It's not that. It's just naturally niggas my age, we're not built like these new niggas.
No.
So when we walk around, we actually love women. We're not these niggas out here that's have women issues and hate women for. If she don't do what you like, just leave her the fuck alone.
Yeah.
You know, we the type, okay, I get where you come, I'm gonna move this way. But
when
you
you-
gotta understand, men that was raised like the men that these women claim they want, I want a real man.
They don't want no alpha man.
They don't understand that these type of men come with a certain standard in life. So you can't do this new shit and ask for a traditional man.
Yeah.
Cause we two different people. You see what I'm saying? There's certain shit I don't like. Like, for instance, I don't care what my woman wear when she with me.
Yeah.
You going out with your friends, you not putting no whole shit on. No, if you got a if you think I'm insecure for that, baby girl,
That's
you
not
finna be
insecure,
single.
that's common sense.
You finna be single. It's not common sense to these new motherfuckers. What they call it is controlling. What I see it is this, baby. I'm a man, and I'm the protector of my family. And I know how other men is, and I will not allow my woman to go out advertising what's mine.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Now, when you with me, you can wear see-through. I don't give a fuck what you wear when you with me. But when you're out with your friends, you conduct yourself like a lady. Don't you want me to conduct myself as a man? I want that same respect. If you pop up in the club and you see me popping my dick on the bitch, how you gonna feel?
You know what? I look at that two different ways. We are men. We do have a certain structure that we want to maintain. If a woman is with a man, y'all, nigga, we together. You ain't got to be married. If we're in a relationship, as a woman, you should know not to go outside half motherfucking naked. It's disrespectful. Like, you ain't say that shit before you got with me when you, bitch, that's how I got you. So you mine. I don't necessarily, like what that nigga Terrence Howard say, I don't necessarily own her, but she mine.
But,
So,
you know, I wanted to comment on that, right? Because I hear that a lot because, you know, obviously I had to do the dating shit, right?
yeah.
So a lot of women say, well, that's how I dress. That's how I was before you met me. So you have to accept who I am, right?
Nah.
And I simply say this, that's fine. But guess what? I had hoes before I met you.
Mm-hmm.
So you want me to keep them or you want me to let them go? Because if you going to keep who you are, I'm going to keep who I am.
They want to change you, but they don't want to change.
Exactly. And then they say shit, that's not the same thing. To a man, it is.
Yeah.
To a man, it's the same thing. We don't think
men are different from women. We
Right.
have different rules. And I'm not saying that the shit fair, but that's how we are.
So,
Even in the Bible, a man wasn't even designed to be with one woman.
no.
We do certain shit, but it ain't what you do, it's how you do it.
Well, thing about it is I used to be a pastor. I don't know if you knew that, but yeah, I used to be a pastor.
Shit, amen.
So
Nigga, you serious?
yeah.
Oh shit.
Facts.
Hold on.
So to be honest with you, right? When women say they want a God-fearing man,
Yeah.
when you're really into, you know, the understanding of the Bible, this is why I say people just throw a lot of words around this sound good. Because you don't want no man of God. You don't, right?
No.
When you talk about a man of God, you have to understand, if you've read the fucking Bible, you'll understand that there were many different men of God.
Mm-hmm.
All of them was not faithful and all of them was not whoremongers.
There was
Which
never a
God-fearing
faithful
man
man.
do you want? Because just because I got hoes don't mean I'm not God-fearing. Because there were plenty God-fearing men in the Bible who had hoes.
Name
There
the
were,
time there was ever a faithful man.
but that's what I'm saying, though. So you have to be specific when you say I want a God-fearing man. Because we're all God-fearing, but we all have different instincts.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We're all not the same. Yes, we have core values as men because by nature you're a man. You can't turn away from your nature. So by nature we're all the same. But the way we raised, our characteristics change us into different people.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So core values of a man. You feel like as a man, I'm a protector, I'm a provider. That's instinct. That's just your manhood. When you get a woman, you feel like it ain't something you ain't got to question. You just know I'm the protector by nature. We all feel like that. But some men might feel like it's okay to do certain different things. And this is why we categorize men as beta, alpha, and what's the other, sigma, shit, different types of men. But we all want to respect. This is something across the board. We all want respect. We all want loyalty. We all like beauty. That's universal. Now, beauty is in your beauty. It might be different from mine. That's just because of our different characteristics of what we like. You might like them light. I might like them dark. He might like skinny. He might like heavy set.
I like them biological. Shit,
Facts.
nowadays you don't know who the fuck is who.
Facts. So I want to talk about Charlie Kirk, man.
Okay.
Obviously Charlie Kirk was just assassinated. A lot of people, you kind of touched on it earlier about the segments that they cut up and make him seem like he's a racist. What is your thoughts on Charlie? How do you feel about him as a person?
His death or just him as a person?
Him as a person and what he stand for.
Him as a person, he reminds me of me and you. He's just a white guy. Everything that he really spoke on, it was all about the nuclear family, core values and different things like that. It was all about family. I watched him speak to black people, white people, trans people. Like everybody he spoke with, it was always all about family. And that's what the Democrats do. They trying to divide us. Even, like I say, black people hate me because I just tell the truth about shit. So I'm a coon, I'm an Uncle Tom, I'm all that. If you look at Black Lives Matter, when the fuck do Black Lives Matter? To black people. The Black Lives Matter organization wasn't even started by a black man or a black woman. It was started by 2 motherfucking lesbians and a trans guy. They not even black. So where the fuck did that $1 billion go to? You see what I'm saying? So Charlie Kirk was really trying to do things like I'm doing and you doing and everybody else is doing and expose things in your own way. And what I liked about Charlie Kirk, he would debate anybody. He was going into the Lion's Den. He was going on these college campuses where the people didn't like him. And he gave them chances to debate him. And he answered them respectfully. And when the crowd would boo these people and say, oh, get the fuck out of here. Like, oh, wait a minute. I believe in free speech. And even though this person is saying something I don't agree with, I believe that they should be able to speak. So quiet down and let them speak. That's what I respected about him. He didn't just try to push shit on people and overtalk them and force them to have the values that he had. It was an actual debate to open each other's eyes and to conversate.
Yeah, he said that he made a statement about the moment that we are unable to communicate and debate is the moment when violence occurs.
Yeah.
So what I liked about Charlie is that he made his case, regardless of what he stood on. He he said it how he wanted, but also he was able to hear other people out, and understand where they're coming from, and try to get a clear understanding of why they feel the way they do. What I liked about him is that, like you said, he talked about family. He was very big on family, very, very big on religious, which I'm not religious right now, but he was very, very big on religion, keeping the family structure. I mean, most positive things. With the clips that they was presenting when he died did a horrible job of representing who he really was. Yeah. Because people who didn't watch him took those clips and automatically became racist.
But that was by design. They did that on purpose.
Facts. They did. I can see that. You know, but those of us who actually knew Charlie and watched him before this, we understand what's going on. You know, they put out a clip about what he was talking about, the black pilot, right?
Yeah, the DEI shit.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't know that he was actually talking about the DEI situation where, you know, where companies had to hire a certain amount of people even though they was less qualified.
52% of black or female.
Right, absolutely. So now it's like even now myself, I'm a black man, and if I get on the plane, I'm gonna think the same thing. But it's not gonna be my initial thought. My first initial thought when I see a black pilot is like, damn, okay, we got a black pilot. I'm happy for him. That's my first thought. But my second thought is, I hope this motherfucker qualified. I think the same thing. So, you know, I think that black people just pick and choose when they want to hate and when they want to argue with some shit, you know?
Black people only understand some shit if it come from the majority of black people. Me and you could say some shit, and me and you may not necessarily agree to everything, but me and you could say some shit, and somebody that's in one of these cameras can be watching. And just because they black and they see us as black men, they will agree with what we saying. But if a white man said the same shit, he's racist. But then you got other black people that'll look at what we saying, and instead of agreeing, we coons or we Uncle Toms. We tap dancing for the white man.
I think me being a conservative, well, I wouldn't say I am a conservative because, like I say, I'm just fresh into politics, so I'm not in it that well to give myself a title. But I'm leaning more towards.
Let me stop you and ask you this: Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, what were they on a political scale?
I'm not sure, but I lean more towards Malcolm than Martin.
Yeah, I'm a mixture of both. I preach that peace shit, but don't ever think I can't get violent. Malcolm and Martin were both black conservatives. People hear conservative and they think White man with a Trump flag and a pickup truck. That's not what it is. It's black people, especially growing up in the 60s, 70s, 80s, even early 90s. Our parents, our families had conservative values. People don't understand what conservative is. When we say conservative values, we feel like this. I don't give a fuck what nobody lifestyle is. You want to be gay, you want to be trans, that's your business. Keep it in your bedroom. But a conservative man looks at it like this. A man is supposed to be with a woman. A father is supposed to be in a home. A man is only supposed to marry a woman. See what I'm saying? Different things like
Conservative
that.
thoughts, I lean towards that because
Taking
of the
care of the
fact it's
household.
more. I think that the conservative side speaks more on right and wrong. It ain't got nothing to do with how you feel.
Yep.
It's the right way and it's the wrong way. Okay, now if you want to go outside of that, that's your business, like you said. You know, but as a conservative thinker, it's like, okay, you know, this here sounds good, but that's not right.
Yeah. That's what it is.
I want to we probably got about a good 10 12 minutes left. I want to talk about our mayor for a second.
Okay.
What do you think that he needs to do besides get the fuck out of office?
Damn, that's what I was finna say. Get the fuck out of office.
No, because
No, but,
so if you had a chance to sit down with him one-on-one, what would you tell him?
I would actually sit down with him one-on-one. I can't stand the man, but it's for obvious reasons, and I know he can't stand me. But I would actually have a conversation with him. What I think he needs to do is stop trying to invest into illegal immigrants. He got elected for the people, for the city of Chicago, the constituents of Chicago. Not one time did he do anything for the people of Chicago. That being black, white, Hispanic, or Asian. You bypass your actual citizens to help and hurdle illegals. So therefore, he's worthless. He needs to focus on the people of Chicago, what they elected him for, and what they are saying and what they desire.
I don't agree. Why is he going up on people's property taxes?
To help more money for the illegals.
Because
Trump cut the federal money off of Illinois.
so I saw I'm not sure if they call it a debate or when the prisoner fucking sit on the podium and talk. What do they call it? It just
Yeah, it's a debate.
okay. So he spewed out a bunch of bullshit, right? About how Trump didn't care about the violence in Chicago because he cut out a certain program which was under the budget of $180-some million that Trump took, right? So when he said the name of the program, I can't remember what the program was, but I had looked into it. I paused it and I Googled the shit.
Yeah.
So apparently that $180-something million was for a project that they put in place to be able to, so to speak, cut down on violence as if, what is it called? Where they was, pretty much it was like this. There were supposed to be a group that was getting paid to de-escalate violence. That's what it was. De-escalate violence.
The intervention team.
$183 million for people to learn how to de-escalate problems is fucking insane, bro. That's why Trump took it. That's a waste of money. You know what that sound like to me? And then when I found out about that shit, that sounds like a loophole dumbass company they made up to swindle some money out.
Exactly.
$183 million.
All that money going to the illegals? Hell no. Hell no. That money is lining their pockets. But when you spoke on this program, think about what we used to have back in the day, ceasefire. So we had gang members and gang leadership and different things like that. And they were supposed to, like you said, intervene and stop the violence. Then them niggas came out, had a basketball game, a barbecue, shit like this every once in a while, but where all the money go? Ain't shit change.
Yeah, because it seemed like the millions of dollars is only going to corporations that ain't doing shit, but the people we actually see. So like I got some friends that's a part of that organization. They over there on Chicago Avenue, right off Laramie. I think that's their headquarters. So I got a lot of homies working there. So that's like a gang prevention type of program, right? I don't see 1% of that type of funding going to their program because those are the black men in our community that hold power, that can make a difference. Why y'all not funding them?
These kids.
Why y'all not funding them?
Violence brings money.
Yes.
That's why they not funding the people that's actually in the streets that can stop this shit. But at the same time, like, you know, like they were saying, free Larry Hoover. I ain't got nothing against the man. All I know is of the man. But he's been in there so long, do I think he deserves to be completely free? Yeah. But people think he gonna come back to the streets and run shit. That man ain't on that. That man is old. That man want to be with his family.
They know that.
So this is the thing. If they let these different gang leaders and lieutenants go and they put them back onto the streets to try to structure these young kids to stop the violence gonna get worse. They gonna kill these niggas because they like chickens with their head cut off. Now you can cut the head off a snake, the snake gonna what? Die. You cut the head off a chicken, that motherfucker gonna run wild. These young kids don't want nobody controlling them and doing shit. And that goes back to, like I was telling you, a cousin of mine. This nigga is like a blood brother to me. We grew up in the same fucking house together. 5-star Universal. He a traveler. I'm conservative. He stayed the fuck out the way. This man got a clothing line trying to do legitimate business. He stay out the way because he know if he go in these streets and try to redirect and teach these shorties how to get some money and do the right thing, they're gonna get him out the way.
Yeah, they is. Yeah. Man, well, I had a good conversation,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Man, what you think, man? You had a good time?
Man, I actually loved it, man. It's a whole lot more shit that I want to talk about, man. You know, like I said, I came into this, I didn't even know, and don't take this the wrong way, I didn't even know you had a real podcast. I didn't look at anything. I wanted to come in this without anything being scripted. I didn't know what you was going to ask me. I just wanted to do everything and give it to you raw, man.
That's what's up, man. We definitely got to have a part 2, man. You know, it's definitely a few more things that I would like to talk to you about. So we gonna run it back, man. Y'all be looking for part 2, man.
Yes,
my man
sir.
James Hawthorne. Remember, y'all hit the sub button because it don't cost you nothing to push your button, man. Sub to your boy channel. Comment. I need at least 400 likes on this video, man, to keep it in the algorithm, man. And y'all
yes, sir.
tune in to next time, man. Peace.